property guru George Markowski from Positive Property Solution joins us now. George, good morning to you.
How are you, George?
You've got to hang out with guys like George who know the numbers. Get the real numbers, the facts. Because I can talk to you about cash flow and all those things. George is better at that than me. The thing I'm ecstatic about George, he is a hardcore teacher. He really wants you to learn.
Okay, guys, we've got 10 seconds left. Can't wait to show you a great, amazing session tonight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, freedom fighters. Hopefully you can hear me as well.
Still counting down. I can't hear you, Stace.
You can't
It's
hear
still
me?
on the video.
Okay.
Hello. I can't hear you. Have we got sound through this?
Can you hear me now?
We're on, darling. So I've been told we've got sound. So hello, freedom fighters. Welcome to our lovely Thursday night live.
We're a little bit late tonight.
Okay, so I can't hear you, Stacey.
Everyone else can hear me.
Yeah, we're a little bit late, a little bit of last minute. As you can see, it's Stacey and Belinda coming live from Port Melbourne and
the middle of nowhere. No, Aubrey.
what you're saying. We're doing this again. Oh, we're going to love modern technology. All right, let's get into
I'm
this.
going to fiddle around with the microphone. Keep talking, B.
Okay. So anyway, we better get started. I can't hear what you're saying, Stace. So we're just going to get started. So guys, our topic tonight.
Is this better?
Oh yeah, now you're going. Now I can hear you.
I just selected a different microphone, so hey.
Well done, Stace. Love hearing your voice, Stacey. It's very important. So absolutely.
It's easier to communicate that way, right?
Yeah. Look, sign language is not something I'm good at.
Yeah.
I tried to do it with Christina the other night when we did a live.
Yeah.
It can be fun. It can be fun once in a while, but obviously not all the time. Okay.
No way. All right.
Guys, so let's talk about this. So we've got our topic tonight. So let's just have a look. Our topic tonight. Oh God, I want to just get the wording right.
Is it a good time to buy? Is that the
correct? Is it a good time to buy?
Or should we wait?
Or should we wait? That's right. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm just checking it out. We don't have a title in our thing. That's all right. So look, George was supposed to be running this, but Christina's been having a medical procedure at the moment. So he had to go to the hospital. And look, we decided, he was just about to go into the hospital to go pick her up. And we decided to do a live. So I've got George. It's kind of not edited, but again, last minute, we love it. I'm going to put it on now and we'll answer any questions. If you've got any questions, guys, put it in the chat and we'll get to them after George's live. Let's watch this.
Let's watch
Is it a right time to buy? Okay, here we are, George.
Hello.
Live.
Hey, everyone. Welcome. Now, I'm actually in Bendigo at the moment. And
Good old Bendigo. That's the gold country, isn't it, George?
It is.
That's where the gold rush happened in that Ballarat. Is that right?
Yeah, Bendigo is part of the gold rush. And back in the day, they thought Bendigo was actually going to be the next New York.
Wow.
But they built a lot of big buildings back in the 1880s here. And I'm actually staying in an old bank that there's actually someone robbed the bank and the police shot them through the window and the bullet hole's still there.
Wow.
Yes. So today, a lot of people have been ringing in and asking and messaging and saying, is this time a good time to buy? Is a good time to sell? What do we do? And I really think we need to answer that question.
Great. Let's get into it.
You want to highlight me because it's just you there.
Okay.
And put a side to side maybe. Because all I can see is you. That's okay. What can you see me?
All I can see is you.
Great. That's fine. As long as you can see me, that's the beautiful.
We can see you, George. We can see you.
Yeah.
We're all ears and eyes.
Okay, so the reason people ask this question is because
Hello.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm just
Because-
waiting for you. Just waiting for you. Let's start again. Let's just start again. Because if
Start
you're not
from the
paying
beginning?
attention, I'm going to pay attention. Yeah.
No,
Stop
no,
it.
no. I thought you froze.
No. I'm just waiting. Let's start again. Let's just start again. Because if
Start
you're
from
not
the
paying
beginning.
attention,
We're back.
I was froze.
I can still hear it.
We're back.
I can still hear it.
I can hear it. But why is
hear
the
me.
video not working? Okay, here we are, George.
Hello,
Welcome to our
and-
lives.
Hey everyone, welcome. Now I'm actually in Bendigo at the moment, and
Good old Bendigo. That's the gold country, isn't it, George?
it is.
That's
And
where the gold rush happened in that
Exactly.
Ballarat. Is that right?
yeah, Bendigo is part of the gold rush. And back in the day, they thought Bendigo was actually going to be the next New York.
Wow.
But they built a lot of big buildings back in the 1880s here. And I'm actually staying in an old bank that there's actually someone robbed the bank and the police shot them through the window and the bullet hole's still there.
Wow.
Yes.
Crazy
So
stuff.
today, a lot of people have been ringing in and asking and messaging and saying, is this time a good time to buy? Is a good time to sell? What do we do? And I really think we need to answer that question.
Great. Let's
Do
get
you
into
want to highlight me because it's just you there
Okay.
and put a side to side maybe. Because all I can see is you. That's okay. What can you see me?
All I can see is you.
Great. That's fine. As long as you can see me, that's the beautiful.
We can see you, George. We can see you.
Yeah.
We're all ears and eyes.
Okay, so the reason people ask this question is because
Hello.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm just
Because-
waiting for you. Just waiting for you. Let's start again. Let's just start again. Because if
Start
you're not
from the
paying
beginning?
attention, I'm going to pay attention. Yeah.
No,
Stop
no,
it.
no. I thought you froze.
No. I'm just waiting for you. Let's start again. Let's just start again.
See, maybe stop the video. Let's just run it ourselves.
Froze.
I'm just waiting. Let's start again. Let's just start again.
See, maybe stop the
Okay.
video. Let's just run it ourselves. Looks
Okay.
like we're going live and loud.
How do I stop this video underneath? It's playing on my end
I
here.
can hear it, but I don't think anybody else can hear it. Let us know if you can actually in the comments. Would be
Okay.
fantastic. Have a look.
Can you hear it? I don't know what's going on here. I love modern technology.
Nope, it's just us. We're live. No one else can see it.
Okay. All right.
All right,
I
we're just
wonder,
going to talk tonight by the look of it.
Can you hear me, Stace?
Yes, I can hear you nice and clear. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
I can't hear you.
Again. Goodness me.
I can't hear you.
This is fantastic.
Anyway, it is. I'm just wondering whether I can upload.
I think we should just run it.
No. I
Audio.
wonder if I can share. Can I share on this? Share screen. Here we go. There's a couple of ways to skin a cat.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. All right. How's
Beautiful.
this? Let's put on George. Wow.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you,
So
sir.
today, a lot of people have been ringing in and asking and messaging and saying, is this time a good time to buy? Is a good time to sell? What do we do? And I really think we need to answer that question.
Great. Let's get
What a
into
high- and put a side to side maybe. Because all I can see is you. That's okay. What can you see me?
All I can see is you.
The reason people ask this question is because
Oh,
Okay. I think we need to go live and loud, B.
I think we need to go live and
I'm sorry, I'm
loud.
just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Let's start again. Let's just start again.
Okay,
'Cause
so
if you're
from
not
the
paying
beginning.
attention, I'm going to pay attention. Yeah,
No,
stop.
no, no. I
Stop the video and
thought
we will go
you
live and loud.
froze.
No,
Okay.
I'm just-
Now you watched it, you talked to him, Belinda. So I think Can you hear me again?
Side to side. We're side to side on my end. Hello, welcome to Positive Property. Our lovely.
No one else.
I've got it. I've got it. Okay, I've got it. So there was a couple of little videos. This was supposed to be edited, but we didn't get time. So let me do a share. We're going to go back in again. And here we go. This is the really great information, guys. Thank you for being patient on this wonderful live tonight. Here we go. Property show. Absolutely.
And if you're watching live, type in #live. If you're watching replay, please type in replay. Now, I recorded this earlier because I'm actually in Bendigo with my wife, and my wife's having a bit of a medical procedure, and I need to be on hand. So sorry that I couldn't make it live.
You're being a good husband. That's good husband points.
But I'm also being a good team player, and I'm doing this recording beforehand just so I can get this information out to you. Because the big question people have got now is, should I buy or should I sell? Or do I wait? What do I do?
Absolutely.
So everyone's caught up on that. So I really want to discuss that and tell people give people the right advice on what they need to do.
Perfect.
Right? And I'll tell you why people are saying this. I'll tell you exactly why they're saying it. It's because of the RBA.
Okay.
Right? Because the RBA have lifted rates up in 3 lots really quickly, you know what I mean? So that's the factor, right?
Yep.
There's one thing that terrifies investors and homeowners more than anything else, and that's rate rises. Especially when you get 3 of them in 3 months and more in the pipeline. And I don't blame them, right?
Yep.
Because every increase means more money sucked out of their pocket and into the banks. That's what's happening at the moment.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think, well, probably the wrong time to invest. Maybe I shouldn't invest, right? So we're going to discuss what the RBA is doing, how it affects the economy, and what people should do. But at the end of this, you're going to have a lot of clarity, and you're going to realise if you should be buying or selling or just sitting there and waiting. How's that sound? Everyone happy with that?
Sounds great. Love it.
Now, guys, if in the chat, I know I'm not here, but Belinda will be there. Type in the chat, if you're thinking about buying or selling and why. I'm very curious about that, but I'm going to go through and talk about the RBA. So from 1986 to 1989, rates went from 7.5 to 11.5%. And what happened to the market? It rose over 25%.
Sure did, absolutely.
Then 2003 to 2006, rates more than doubled. They went from 4% to 8.25%.
Wow.
What did the market do? It rose 26%.
Sure did.
From 2015 to 2018, rates went from 3.5 to 5.5%. What did the market do? Rose 29%.
Up it goes.
So this pattern has been repeating over and over again. So what does that say about the property market? Well, usually within 5 years of a massive rate rise, the property market goes through a boom. That's what's been happening since 1965.
Wow. So look, history, it says it all. It's all in there.
Look, I'm a data person. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, stats don't lie, really, as long as you know how to read them.
Exactly, and I do. But the deal is, what I'm doing next week, by the way, guys, is I'm actually giving you guys the no-go zone.
Wow, we love the no-go zone.
I'm launching that next week, so make sure you get a copy. We're launching it next Thursday night. Actually, no, I'm launching it Saturday because I've just did an interview with Sydney Morning Herald and realestate.com.au, and they want that to have get that list. So the RBA, right? So what's happening in the RBA at the moment is interesting because the RBA, the government's decided to do an inquiry into the RBA.
Yeah, wow.
Right? Because, they promised us no rate rises until 2024, and then suddenly out of nowhere, they just started going nuts.
I know, crazy.
Right? And see, in 2008, they did quite a few in a row.
Yep.
And then the economy went down, the property market was soft. That was also due to the GFC, and there was no inflation at the time. And then what happened is, Belinda, is they actually started cutting rates really quickly. So is it a good time to buy? Is it a bad time to buy? This is the crux of it, if you want to know the answer. The answer is this, that if
Give
you
us
don't
the
know,
answer. We want the answer.
if you don't know what you're doing, it's always a bad time to buy, right? Because people that don't know what they're doing get themselves in trouble because they get the wrong property in the wrong place. Because where you buy is so important.
Yeah.
That's crucial. Because have you heard of this thing called location, location, location?
I think there was even a show, location, location, location.
Well, let me tell you a story. I'm in Bendigo at the moment, and Bendigo was part of the gold rush of Ballarat.
It sure was.
Yeah, and back in the 1880s, during the gold rush, they actually expected Bendigo to be the size of New York one day.
Wow.
What they did is they built these massive, big, beautiful buildings everywhere. And it's a country town, and you've got these massive buildings everywhere. It's fascinating. It's beautiful architecture. It's just a stunning place.
Ballarat, Bendigo is such a beautiful little town.
Place.
Beautiful town.
I'm staying at Old Bank. I'm staying at Old Bank from the 1800s. And they've actually got a bullet hole in the window from the 1800s where these police shot a robber. He didn't die, they shot him in the shoulder. And last night I had a few wines and crackers in the vault. Now, I'd be able to make tonight's session, as everyone knows, because my wife is having some surgery. Now, interesting, they thought that Bendigo was going to be the size of New York. Now, if I put my investor's hat on and think about location, 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 I would have even told you back then it was never going to happen. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Bendigo was a one-horse town because it had a mining boom.
Yep.
But not close to a massive river or next to the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? New York is next to the port. Sydney, next to the port. Los Angeles, next to the water. So most big cities.
Melbourne in the background here.
Melbourne. So location, location, location. If your location is not close to water, it makes it harder for a city to thrive.
Landlocked.
Now, yeah, but look, there's a lot of good regional centres that are still good.
Yes, of course.
But part of the location thing is getting the location right. And the best way to get the location right is actually having a look at all the suburbs. There's about just under 16,000 suburbs, having a look at them and then listing them from 1 to 16,000. That's what I do. And I'm going to be giving everyone the list of the bottom 100 where you shouldn't be investing.
Yeah.
Right? There's a no-go zone. I'll give you a bit of a hint.
That's great. That's really good information there. Absolutely.
Adelaide CBD units is on the no-go zone still. Now, talking about migration, guess what's happening now? All the overseas students are wanting to come back.
Yes, correct.
Right.
I actually read an article, George, that they're letting in 200,000 immigrants as well.
Yeah, well, there's more. Actually, we're going to be averaging around 250,000, but on top of that, now I told you about Labor launching an independent RBA review, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So that's very interesting, and I think it's about time.
Yes.
Right? Because what they want to do is they want to examine the RBA's performance in meeting its objectives, but also including its choice of tools, policy implementation, and communication. Right? Because they haven't really done the best job. They've done okay. They've done all right. But I think they need to slow down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But I'm interested. I did a meeting recently and they asked them, how are people going to handle, how households going to handle the rate rise, right?
Yes.
And the RBA said, yeah, if everyone's cashed up, everyone should be fine. Right? Which is fine, but really, at the end of the day, I think
it's a bit of a generalisation, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So Labor actually, because we've got such a shortage of skilled workers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a backlog of 961,000 visa applications.
900.
It's 61,000, just under a million.
Almost a million. I thought they were, so yeah, wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
They reckon they've processed 623,000 temporary and permanent visa applications since June, the beginning of June.
Wow.
And now, because we've got a problem with nation's skilled labour shortage, the government is fast-tracking 57,900 applicants to get permanent visas and come straight in. right?
Wow.
In September, which is pretty soon.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So New South Wales government, they want 2 million migrants over the next 5 years.
Yeah, wow.
Right? We got to
Our
understand.
population is just going to go through the roof. I mean,
The government.
and that really just comes down to the fact that we're going to have a full rental crisis.
We already have.
We've already got one, but this is going to go next level.
Yeah, so that's what's happening at the moment. But this is the deal. Should you buy, should you not buy? If you don't know what you're doing, you just shouldn't be buying a property. Because a lot of people get it wrong, they get the wrong location, but they also get the wrong strategy, and they don't know how to set it up. And usually what happens, people get the wrong type of property where they can't get depreciation, get tax deductions. 2, what happens is they end up getting the wrong loan and doing principal and interest and paying through the nose. And then suddenly the property is costing $300-400 a week. And then rate rises go up and they're screwed.
Yeah.
See, what our members do is they get the right property where you get massive depreciation and tax deductions. So and we structure it the right way where most of the properties are actually positive.
Yeah.
Even though we lose money on paper, you make money in your pocket. So now members are a lot less sensitive to rate rises because even if the rates go up, probably going to cost them nothing. They'll just make a little bit less money. And if it costs them something, it will cost them a little bit, but they can afford it. And the key is, when you're buying a property, 1, get it right, because if you get the first one wrong, you probably never end up in any more properties at all.
That's it. You got to get it right first time round.
Mate, you may not be able to get back in the market if you get it wrong.
I mean,
If you get the structure wrong, next couple of years, next year or so, the rate rise are going to destroy you.
yeah, absolutely.
So you buy a property now and you think you can afford it, well, maybe you can't afford it because you need to look at the cash flow calculator and see if you can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the interesting statistics. So over 90% of people that buy a property for 1 year lose money.
Wow.
But after 10 years, 90% of people succeed.
Yes.
Now, so far, we've had 100% success rate with our active investors in our projects, which I'm very proud to say. And the fact of it is, if you get it right and you look long term, it's going to work. Now, why does property work? Property works because of one thing. It's called the miracle of compounding interest.
Yes.
And Albert Einstein said that was the 8th wonder of the world.
Compounding interest.
Right? And what does compounding interest mean? It's hard to get your head around, but basically what happens is compounding interest means it's like the rule of 7. So if you get 10% per year compounding interest, in 7 years, you're going to double your money.
Yeah, perfect.
Right? Now, if you don't get compounding interest and you get the normal interest rate that you get in the bank, it's going to take you 80 years to double your money.
Yes.
But Warren Buffett, right, is one of the richest people in the world. Now, he started when he was 17.
Yeah, wow.
And he was hardly anywhere when he was 50. Took him all that time. And if he didn't wait, if he's quit when he was 30 or 40, right?
Wouldn't have had anything.
We wouldn't even know who he is.
Yeah, that's
But
it. Absolutely.
what he did, he just stuck in it long enough. So the people that are super successful, they get a strategy where they can buy and hold, and they let compounding interest, compounding growth. They let, not compounding interest, compounding growth do all the heavy lifting.
Yes.
When you're compounding growth, you just get richer and richer every year. And on the tail end, it's massive. On the beginning, it looks really small.
Yep.
Because it takes 7 or 10 years for your property to double. But then for it to quadruple, it takes another 7 or 10 years. Right?
Yeah.
Then for it to be 16 times bigger, another 7 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
once your property is 16 times, like hello. Right? So
Next level.
Yes, that's right. You don't want to double your property. You want to make it 16 times, 10 times.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That's
So
right.
look, I wanted to share this with everyone now. I got to get ready.
Yes.
My wife.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you so much. You're always amazing co-host.
Thank you, George. It takes a good post to have a co-host.
Belinda, you're probably playing this to our members, right?
Yes.
So what I want to do is do an announcement. So with our members, we're going to send you the list of no-go zone list next week, just so you have a look at it.
Yep.
Also, what I wanted to mention is there's new laws happening in Queensland.
Yep.
I've actually got a tax lawyer coming on next Thursday night
Wow.
to explain how it works, because whenever something new happens. So what's happening, the tax laws in the actual land tax is changing in Queensland, and it's going to affect a lot of people.
Wow.
Luckily, we may have a way around it as we do.
That's it. Right? There's a will, there's a way.
The wealthy investors always find the right loopholes.
They're always looking for different opportunities and different ideas and strategies.
And where most people don't even know this happened, our group are going to work out and pre-frame it and work it out and sort it out.
That's
and
awesome.
then what's happening is the week after, August the 12th, we're launching our asset protection too.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting too. I'm excited for our members for that.
So it's going to be great. So we've got a lot of exciting things happening. I'm going to get going. I'll talk to you later. Bye. See you guys.
Excellent.
Thanks,
Thanks Georgie. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Hey, so we're back. So guys, that was our little show, a little live with George. He's always informative. His mind just comes out with all this great stuff. So as an investor, it really it's really relevant to what's going on. So guys, that's the end. I've got to get to my live with my members. We've got our weekly Sherp, just like a Sherpa helping a Sherpa up the mountain. We're helping our members up the mountain. So I'm about to go into that. You guys have a great week. I hope you've enjoyed the live. And as we said, next week, George is going to have a tax specialist regarding talking about land tax. There's been a few changes. So make sure you log in and come live and loud next Thursday, same time. We'll see you then.